Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Filza binti Hussein. I'm from SR1133D1.
Okay, hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Amira Nurazi Hakim binti Zwani. I'm from SR1133D1.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Shafiq Rashid bin Osman and I'm from group SR1133D1.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurana Faisha binti Raizat from SR1133D1.
Hi, my name is Hayato Idida binti Karim Anwar. I'm from SR1133D1 and today we are going to present about hormone and exercise. Stay tuned.
Okay, we start with endocrine system. Release hormone into the blood to target the place that need some homeostasis. For nervous system, have sensory units like chemoreceptors will send signal to CNS like spinal cord, brains to trigger release of the hormones. With exercise, our body will go to a series of response for energy system, cardiovascular, respiratory and muscular system. Hormone is messenger controlling and coordinating activities throughout the body in order to maintain balance. This hormone is regulate the part of endocrine system. It is general function, help body maintain normal function, prepare body for exercise, immediate several adaptation, and is involved in every system. For mechanism, it release chemical messengers for hormones, transport hormones to target tissue, and elicit change of event leading to desired function. Hormone release bloodstream and travel all part of body. Influence during exercise is based on activity you do. If you do resistance training, depends on intensity, volume, rest intervals, exercise selection and sequence, and frequency. Aerobic plyometry and others training, it is the same with resistance training. Will be secrets to know what hormones out. Other variable affecting hormone response, for example, genetic predisposition. If you have a history of diabetes, so you might be having diabetes, and then have gender. Different gender have definitely majority of hormones. It also depend on fitness levels and nutritional intakes. Hormone is from foodstuff. You need to have well-balanced diet. Lastly, potential of adaptation. That's all from me. Thank you.
Now, I'll present the topic of hormonal effect. The effect of a hormone exists on a tissue is directly related to the first one is concentration of the hormone in the plasma. There are trace amount of other substances including acid amino, pigments and enzymes. Hormones such as insulin, corticosteroid and thyroxine are secreted into the blood by endocrine system. The second one is number of receptors available. A hormone receptor is a molecule that binds to a specific hormone. Cell receptors, including hormone receptors, are special proteins found within and on a surface of certain cells throughout the body, including brain cells. The receptor proteins are eyes and ears of the cell, receiving messages from substance in the bloodstream and telling cell what to do. Okay, the magnitude of the effect of a hormone has it directly related to the first one is plasma volume, the second one is rate of hormone secretion, and the last one is plasma hormone concentration. Okay, classification of hormonal response and adaptations. The first one is acute responses during exercise, and the second one is chronic changes in resting concentrations. The third one is chronic changes in acute response to exercise, and the last one is receptor changes. Okay, now I will explain more about hormone and exercise. The first one is testosterone. Testosterone is a sex hormone that plays an important role in the body, especially men's. The function of testosterone is increase muscle mass, increase muscle strength, increase aerobic capacity, reduce fat mass, increase bone mass. The testosterone also elevated during and immediately following exercise. It also acute TE response weaker in the woman, and also chronic exercise can decrease testosterone level for male and estrogen level for women. Ovaries is one of pair of female glands. The function of ovaries is reproductive, bone mineralization, progesterone promotes protein catabolism, estrogen reduces carbohydrate oxidation and increase fatty acid availability, testosterone and progesterone cause a drop in plasma volume. Chronic exercise can decrease estrogen.
So today I'm gonna explain about three hormones, which is insulin-like growth factors, growth hormone, and antidiuretic hormone. So the first hormone is insulin-like growth factors, is structurally related to insulin and action of growth hormone. So the function for this hormone is it increases proliferation and differentiation of satellite cells and protein synthesis. It also enhances muscle hypertrophy. The second hormone is growth hormone, also known as somatotropin, secreted by anterior pituitary gland. Exercise is potent stimulus for growth hormone secretion. So the function for this hormone is stimulate protein synthesis for muscle tissues and bone growth. Growth hormone increase during exercise to mobilize fatty acid from adipose tissue and aid in the maintenance of blood glucose. So next hormone is antidiuretic hormone. It stimulated by a decrease in blood volume or low blood pressure. So antidiuretic hormone also stimulated by increased concentration of sodium in blood. Low level of antidiuretic hormone can cause the kidneys excrete too much water, and urine volume will increase, leading to dehydration and drop in blood pressure. So the function for antidiuretic hormone is reduce water loss from the body. ADH mechanism conserve body water during exercise, and ADH act as a kidney, increasing the water permeability of the renal tubules and collecting ducts, so it leading to increased water absorption.
Firstly, about the pancreas actually maintain the body blood glucose balance. So, insulin is a natural hormone produced by your pancreas. Insulin is a vital part of metabolism. Without it, your body will cease to function. There are several functions of insulin, which is the first one is it promotes the storage of glucose, amino acids, and fats. Secondly, is increase muscle protein synthesis when amino acids is adequate. It is stimulated in response to glucose intake. Next is glucagon. Glucagon is a peptide hormone from alpha cells of pancreatic island of Langerhans. Its functions are: firstly, stimulates the breakdown of glycogen. Secondly, it promotes the mobilization of glucose and fatty acids. And third, it increases energy availability. Thus, this hormone stimulates by low glucose level, or we call it as hypoglycemia. The third one is cortisol. Cortisol, or we call it as fight or flight hormone. Its functions are: first, stimulate lipolysis in adipose cells. Secondly, is blood sugar through gluconeogenesis in the liver. Third is increased protein degradation in muscle cells. And last, decreased protein synthesis in muscle cells. Aldosterone is a steroid hormone. Its functions are: first, regulate blood pressure. Secondly is regulate salt and water in body. And third one is control water retention, which is conserve of sodium and increase blood volume. That's all. Thank you.
So for the next slide, I will explain about formation running of angiotensin. So the liver creates and releases a protein called angiotensin. This is then broken up by renin, an enzyme produced in the kidney. To form angiotensin 1, this hormone is important precursor for angiotensin 2, and it passes in the bloodstream through the lungs and the kidney. It is further metabolized to produce angiotensin 2 by the action of angiotensin converting enzyme. Angiotensin 2 has effect on blood vessel. It increases blood pressure by causing constriction of the blood vessel. So nerve, it increases the sensation of thirst, the desire for salt, encourage the release of other hormones that are involved in fluid retention. And next is adrenal glands. It stimulates production of the hormone aldosterone, resulting in the body retaining sodium and losing potassium from the kidneys. So next, the kidney. It increases sodium retention and alter the way the kidney filter blood. This increases water reabsorption in the kidney to increase blood volume and blood pressure. slide, I will explain about epinephrine and norepinephrine. So we all had the situation where we've been stressed and scared before. Well, we actually trigger something called the sympathetic nervous system, also known as fight or flight nerve, and this actually begins in our brain, specifically at an area called the hypothalamus. Now, what part of the body need to respond? Well, one, our pupils of our eyes. So why? Well, our pupils need to dilate. They need to open up. If they do, we let more the light in, means we can see more of our surrounding. So what else happen in our skin of our look become quite pale? This is because the sympathetic nervous system has sent signal and told them to constrict. So why would we want that? Well, that means we can shunt or push the blood flow to part of our body that probably need it more, such as our muscle that's again to fight or flight. You find that when you get scared, your heart starts to pump harder and faster. We can deliver more oxygenated blood to those muscles and our respiratory rate. The way we breathe, we start to breathe deeper and faster because our airways, they relax and open up. We can bring the oxygen into again to give to the blood, so the heart can deliver it to the muscle as well. Now, all these things happen so that we can respond in this time of sympathetic nervous system, and it's all because the noradrenaline being the neurotransmitter.